serious breach of our Constitution. It's a serious threat to our system of government. And frankly, we have limited options and limited abilities to deal with it directly.
All right, that was John Boehner last week. Was he setting the stage for the capitulation that we are now seeing with Boehner and McConnell and now enabling Barack Obama? Joining us now is Charles Hurd, columnist for the Washington Times. His latest, GOP sinking on a ship of timidity, squandering historic win. Hello, Charles.
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing well, except that I don't know. I guess maybe we shouldn't be shocked because notwithstanding the outcry of the public, the magnitude of the tidal wave, same old Boehner, same old McConnell.
I gotta say though, I am shocked, and the reason I'm shocked is because, Boehner and McConnell and the Republicans ran campaigns on stopping Obama and stopping the Obama agenda and stopping things like executive amnesty and standing up to Obama. That's what they ran campaigns saying that if you put us in Congress, we will be a check on this president. And as soon as, and of course, voters did just that and gave these folks the most authority that they have given Republicans in 8 years. And they haven't even taken the reins of power yet. And already they're sitting there sort of po-mouthing themselves saying, well, we don't really have all this authority to really stop Obama. We can't really, it's all limited and everything. And my goodness, I just don't know what they're thinking, Steve, because, if now is not the time to act on some of this stuff, such as defunding amnesty, when is the time to act?
Well, yeah, and as you write in the column, limited options, limited abilities. We have an unbridled madman in the White House right now taking a machete to the U.S. Constitution, and the leader of the opposition party that was just thrust into power in historic rejection of the president, said, and you go on from there. It's basically, it says we have limited options.
I don't remember hearing a single Republican run on a promise of having limited options. Did you see that in a single Republican campaign ad?
No, they made all kinds of promises about Obamacare and some of them stopping the immigration amnesty. Yep.
And of course, voters were like, "Hallelujah! Thank goodness! This is what we're waiting for. Let's do this." But it's almost like you remember that petulant, extraordinary line out of that Obama gave us the day after the election about how he also listened to the 2/3 of voters who didn't vote.
Yep.
Meaning, i.e., that elections no longer matter to him. Well, it kind of makes you wonder if Republicans are the reason that they're scared is because they're really worried about all those people that didn't vote, and they say things like we don't want to get blamed for another shutdown. How do you get blamed for a shutdown if you pass a spending bill that defunds amnesty, and then the president vetoes it? How are you the one that shut the government down? The president shut the government down by vetoing the spending bill.
Right, but and this is different. A year ago when they shut the government down, there were dire predictions, and look how it did not hurt them a year later. But then
Exactly.
they were one branch of Congress, so even then they didn't shut the government down, they were blamed. But here you could say, just as you presented it, just as you said it, Charles, hey, we gave the president a bill that does not fund this unconstitutional executive order as the people think it's unconstitutional and the people say they don't want it. And then the president said, I want it, and I'm going to shut the government down if I don't get it. He's the one who did it. What's so difficult about that?
And then, of course, the thing I love the most is you hear all these Republicans hand-wringing about, oh, it was so terrible when we got blamed for shutting the government down. The whole country was so upset with us because we got blamed for shutting the government down. I'm sorry, you just won one of the largest victories in a century, and you're how did that hurt you? And it just doesn't smell right. They're playing some kind of games. I don't know what they are, but they need to get their act together, because if they don't, if they screw up this time, I don't think voters will ever get over it. I think it's the end of the party.
And the end of the party, and it'll be a non-check on the further damage to this country by this, as you said, out of control president taking a machete to the Constitution. Charles, always great to talk to you, sir. Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, Steve.
Charles Hurt, ladies and gentlemen, columnist at the Washington Times. Check out GOP sinking on a ship of timidity, squandering historic win. When we come back, 2 segments with the one and only. You like that 2 with the one and only? Ari Fleischer will be here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk naturally politics with him and some sports, too, since he's, got his sports PR firm. Don't go away.